Hey, and welcome back to my channel. My mic is still broken, so it might be fuzzy sound on here, but I wanted to do an update video on two plants, and actually I've not even shared this yet, I don't think, here. And so we're going to be going back a few months and discussing here peperomias, which are a plant that I said I would never own. If you've been here long enough, I gave a list of plants that I would never own, and I think that was, I don't know, circa 2021, maybe 22, I couldn't tell you. But there was a list, and on that list were peperomias, or friendship plant, money or coin plant, something rather like that. Yeah, this is one of our discussion points. But I said I would never own them. I personally don't like the look of them. I don't like the growth pattern. They just kind of weirded me out, honestly. And so I said I would never own them, but there are two plants that I have purchased because they were actually really pretty. And so we're gonna talk about them today, talk about a bit behind their care that I've learned about them. Because again, I've never owned one of these plants before, and typically people say that they're very easy to care for and very easy to propagate. So we're going to get into a few ways you can do that. But if you haven't, make sure to subscribe to my channel. That way you can be up to date on all of my latest videos. Now, I have two varieties that, drew me in, and I decided to take the plunge and get them. One of them being this looks sad, and I just wanted to share this for the benefit of everybody watching. That all of these leaves just came off of this one. They were all the mother leaves. But this plant right here is the splash. So you can see here that it has splashes of white in them, the variegation right here, and you can see it subtly all along these leaves. So I thought that this one was very pretty and really cute, and I like, white variegation. I am one of those people, but I thought that it was very cute. And what drew me to it is because I found this in Indiana when I was visiting I think I got two of them, so there are two plants in this one pot. I got both of them for like $15. Typically, I have found out that these, like the splash or whatever the variegated unnatural ones of these can go for $20 to like $40. Like I saw some little ones on Etsy for $40, $35. So I got two of them because they were half off, because it was right before the fall season. So they were doing half off all of their plants, and I picked them up. And so it has grown so much, and the leaves have just gotten larger, which is awesome, and why all of these mother leaves are just dead, because it's grown a ton. It doesn't need them anymore, and so that old is gone and the new has come. But it is a fun plant to look at and watch grow. The other variety is this Stardust, I think is what it's called, and I have shared this before. Peperomia Gold Dust Variegated. So look how beautiful that is. I saw this plant at Peta's Planters in Dallas once when I visited, and then I came back and they had it again, and I decided to purchase it. So it was $18 for this one, but I decided to give it a try, and I'm glad I did. I think that it's a really pretty plant, and there are a few differences between this variety and this variety over here. Number one, you can already tell the leaf shape of it is different, and their care has actually been different, which has been fun. So we're going to get into that. So we'll start off with care. So for this guy, he needs highlight. I have him under my 15-watt Marina grow light, and it has done this. Like, it has just taken off and done very well. I did try it out in a lower light window. It was like a north-facing window, I think. Didn't do anything. It just kind of sat there. These are a lower light tolerant plant if you just get the unvariegated version. However, with this variegated version, I found out from a plant person, Houseplants Plus, there we go. She said that they grow these in the grower, like in the greenhouse, which is filtered light and all that good stuff, at 2,000 foot candles. That's really high. And so I just put it under the light after figuring that out, because again, it wasn't producing anything new and the leaves were very small. And so I put it under my light it did excellent. Like, it started to grow and has just continued to do so. I do water it once the soil is completely dry. So I think that they are a succulenty, like they have thick stems and thick petioles. And so I do just wait on water it once it's completely dry, and I have it in a chunky soilless mix. And so it has seemed to do very well in that and hasn't caused any problems. Again, growing great. Now, on the other hand, this gold dust variety has been like this and has not grown anything new since I got it. And I'll have to do a timestamp and put it here to see when I've got it, because I got it, I think, before I got this plant. So I think I got this plant and then I purchased this, and it's just not done anything, and has been pretty difficult to care for, honestly. I do see a bunch of new growth points right there that are little babies, and they have been there, you know, for a couple months now and just have not grown or done anything. I keep it under my Barina grow lights, and I think that that high light is maybe killing it off a little bit. Not all plants love to be under the high light. Some plants do and some plants don't, and so it's just a matter of figuring that sweet spot. I think I need to move this one just maybe out of the light a little bit and see if it grows better. I have not tried to repot it either. It is in the same pot that I purchased it in, but the roots are not growing out the bottom. There's no sign of it being root bound, and it is in, yeah, it's got very little roots. So I can pull this out and I don't see any, and it's in soil. And so I treat it the same way I treat this one. I water it once the soil is completely dry. And another thing that I'm wondering about is, see all those brown spots on the back of it? Sometimes you can get that through inconsistent watering. And so that could be one of the problems that I am having with it. But I've noticed that sometimes my plants that are in a really high light, it's like they go through the water too quickly and there's not enough of the soil. And so it just creates that browning. And so again, I think if I just pull it out from the light a little bit, I can get the watering better, and then I think that it will grow better as well. But it hasn't dropped any leaves, though I can tell that this one is yellowing and this leaf over here is yellowing. Oh no, this one right here. This one's a half leaf and it's been that way since I had it, but this one over here. But otherwise, like, it's just kind of been like this. It's a very beautiful plant. Like, look how shiny and shimmery it is. It's beautiful. I love it. I like looking at it, actually. And so I just don't know about the care so much. Like, this, it's easy. This one's a little bit difficult. I would say this one needs a less intense light. This one is an intense light. Both of them can be like wait to be watered on it, but I think this one likes to be more watered, and this one, again, you can let it dry all the way out and it's not going to bother it at all. So those are my little care tips that I found from both of these plants. And as I stated earlier, you can propagate them. So what drew me to these is the ease, apparently, of propagating them. So you can take them a few different ways, or propagate them a few different ways. And I have tried each way. Each way, I feel like each way. All right, so the ways that you can propagate them. So there are a few different ways. Number one, you can take a healthy stem, just like this, like pluck it off the plant, apparently, and put it in water, perlite, whatever you prefer, and it will root that way. The other way is you can take just the leaf. So you could take it right up here and just cut it and place it in a sphagnum moss perlite situation, and it will root and grow. And another way is taking a leaf and like cutting it in half, apparently, sticking that cutting in perlite from sphagnum moss, and it will root, apparently. And so I did try all of those ways, and maybe I will insert the video over me, but I tried the stem, just taking a straight up like leaf with a stem on it, petiole, putting in water. I tried the half of the leaf cutting, and I tried the just taking the leaf itself and putting it in perlite. And here are my results for you, because this has been an ongoing project for, I couldn't tell you how many months, probably 3 months. And I do have some results, not great results, to be fairly honest. I took like, I don't even remember how many I took, but I feel like over five or over, different cuttings of this plant here and this one here. And honestly, none of these survived. And I don't know if it was because it was from the original like mother leaves that I took the cuttings and things for, but none of the cuttings survived, or none of the, stems rooted. They all rotted out. And so I do not have any cuttings to show of this. Oh, the other way you can propagate them is by cutting them, just like you can any other plant. You can cut them here and that will grow back, and you can root this piece up here. It's stem, taking actual stem cutting and not just the petiole with the leaf. But yeah, none of those survived. And so I was a little bit disappointed, because I've seen people post about that and have had success. So again, I don't know if it was because it was just an unhealthy old leaf that just didn't work, but I did take that and I took the leaf cuttings of this. Again, nothing came from the splash. Everything that I have came from the gold dust variety. So I got this plant and it had a few leaves where it was like this half cut already. So I figured, what's going to be the harm if I just take those leaves, cut them off? And so I did. So this is one of them. So you can see here, this is the mother leaf and how it was already cut like that. I actually did take this because it was just broken and it was ripped all the way. I did take that little piece and stick it in my box. So I'll show you that next. But I stuck this one in perlite and had it sitting in water. And so it would always soak up the moisture. And look at this, it rooted and it grew out a new little tiny leaf. Now I had this sitting uncovered in my greenhouse shelving unit, which is inside my office here. And it has done, really well. So this one survived and was an excellent, test subject. However, that was pretty much it. I did take several others from this plant, and this is really the only one that has produced anything or done more. It has a new leaf on the way. I can see it down there. It's so tiny. But I did, as I said, take a cutting of this half, which was here, and it's done nothing. Nothing. It just needs to be thrown away. So I'm going to call that a fail. So this is a covered dish of perlite, which typically, keeps its moisture in and is better, but it did absolutely nothing. So that was a fail for that one. And I guess I do still have one left of the splash. This is kind of a bummer because I forgot about this until just now. This is the only one, and it did root. But guess where the roots are? Oh my goodness, it rooted. Okay, well, it rooted far better. But there are the roots. That hole right there, the roots were there, but it rotted out. But it actually did root. This is the roots from it too. And there's actually more. It got really, it really made its way through my propagation little box. But those did not do well. So the covered ones is a no-go. Uncovered in perlite like this, yes, this did have a bit of a stem already. So it was probably like this much. I cut it right here of the petiole with the leaf, and it has rooted. And so this one right here, it was just straight leaf. I cut it back as far as I could just to see. And it did root. It just didn't continue producing anything else besides roots. So I assume that's probably like a carry-eye Hoya, where you can take the single leaf cutting and it will produce a massive amount of roots and will live like that, but it will never produce anything else. So I would suggest, if you are going to propagate these, cut at least a little bit of the stem off, maybe not the full thing if you're going to root it in perlite, but just enough to where, it's got a little stem on the end of it, because it did produce, again, like I said, a new leaf from this. But yeah, the half leaf, the cutting the half leaf and propagating it didn't work for me. I did try it in water as well. They all rotted out that way. I took, like, I didn't stick them just sitting down in the water. I had a little barrier. Basically, I took tape. I mean, not basically, I did. I took tape and I created little slots and I just stuck them down in there. So they weren't sitting in the water the full time. They were just barely touching it. They rotted out. So I don't know. Maybe somebody has some tips on how to, get those to hold and not rot out. But either way, I really didn't have a great success rate at propagating these, but I have had or have seen people that have had great success with them. So that was really my experience. Right? Peperomia, Pilea, Peperomoides, whatever you want to call them, Chinese money plant, maybe that's what it's called, coin plant, friendship plant. But yeah, that was my takeaway from these plants. Again, I didn't really have the highest hopes for them, I guess. I wanted to try them out because it's a plant that I have never had in my collection and I have never tried and never really wanted to. But now that I have this one, like, I really like it and want it to keep growing, and I would really like this one to keep growing because of the beautiful variegation and shimmer. So I'm just going to do a few test, I guess, situations of pulling it back from the light or, placing it in different places to see what it likes the best. But those are my tips for you. So if you are a peperomia connoisseur and you love them, because I know there are a ton of different varieties of them. Everybody loves the watermelon. Everybody loves the general one. Leave them in the comments below. Maybe if you have tips on how to propagate them and get them to root better, do it, because I would love to hear about it. But that's my experience. Make sure to like this video and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.